Max, what were you doing in 1976?
I did not exist.
You did not exist, neither did I. It has been 40 years since the Dimmitt Bobcats made the playoffs, but you need your ticket to get to the dance, and the Dimmitt Bobcats have a ticket. They are dancing for the first time in 40 years, and here to talk about it is the head coach of those playoff-bound Dimmitt Bobcats. It is Coach Steve Gunter. Coach, congratulations first and foremost. I imagine that it was not hard to get the kids to come to practice this morning.
No, we've had a really committed group of kids this time. It's been great. And, I was really hoping that things would go this way because they certainly earned the opportunity to be in the playoffs.
Well, it's been so long, 40 years. Obviously, these kids know about the drought. They know that that it's been 4 decades since you guys have made the playoffs. Can you put into words exactly what this means to the team, what this means to the school, what this means to the community?
Hey, everywhere you go, you hear y'all ain't been in the playoffs in 40 years and all that stuff, and I know our fans were disappointed last year, and a couple of years ago we got close again. We've had major disappointments a couple of times, but, it means a lot that we're finally over that. The community can enjoy it and talk about what we can do now to keep the streak alive.
You guys go into the final week taking on an Amarillo Highland Park team, needing a win to clinch a playoff berth out of your District 1-3A Division 2. And in the first quarter, you guys jump out to a 35-0 lead. I imagine that was the game plan to get these kids fired up and knowing what's on the line for this big game against Highland Park.
Well, I really didn't have to say a whole lot. Everybody in the locker room, coaches, everybody knew what it meant. We did want to get off to a quick start, and we thought we could. And we went after it right early, with the passing game and everything. And then defense came up big early. We were aggressive on both sides of the ball and, got some big plays, even got a block punt to start off with, So, it couldn't have been any better for us on the start side.
What was that? What was your halftime speech like? I mean, obviously, you guys have a nice lead, but you know what's on the line. What were you telling your kids at halftime, knowing that you're then 24 minutes away from history?
We told them that we were basically starting. Don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0, and, we need to keep doing the things we done in the first half to get to where we're at now.
We're talking with Steve Gunter, the head coach of the playoff-bound Dimmitt Bobcats here on DCTF Live. Interview brought to you by Atavis Rugby Tackling. Get involved in the conversation at #DCTF Live. Coach, want to give you an opportunity to brag on some of your kids, especially your quarterback, Cesar Castillo. What a game for him. 18 of 19, 368 yards, and 5 touchdowns. For those who may not have seen your quarterback, what can you tell us about Cesar Castillo?
Well, that's correct. Those stats, we had to fix them. He was actually 22 out of 24 for 428 yards and
never mind
5
then.
touchdowns. He's a great kid. Didn't play quarterback at all last year. Was a receiver and DB for us. So, he stepped in this year, did a great job. He's a great kid, great work ethic, good leader. All the qualities you want in a quarterback, and certainly deserves any kind of recognition he gets. But the other night, I guess he saved some of that stuff because he was putting it on the money, and our receivers were catching it.
He sure was, and I look at your squad, and the thing that stood out to me is that your defense seems like it's had a bit of an up and down year. There are times where you're going up against high-powered offenses and they're getting their points, but they did enough in this one, 68 to 35. What can you tell us about your defense?
Well, in our defense, we've really been hit by the injury bug. We've lost 5 to 6 starters there, and we've had kids that have stepped in there and having to do the job for us. But, offensively, we really didn't get hit with the injury bug much. But defensively, we've been really crippled there at linebacker, for a while. But our defense, our guys on the defense that coach them, I think they've done a great job of mixing and matching enough stuff, where we can be successful.
I want to ask you now, go back a little bit, and was there a moment earlier this year that you thought maybe this is it? Maybe this is the year. Was there a moment where it kind of clicked and said, this could be the year that we break the drought?
Well, I thought even though we lost the Spearman game, I thought at that point right there, I saw our football team play our tails off after going all the way to Spearman, and then I saw them come back in after the loss, and we talked about not dropping off from there, okay? Even though we had 2 top 10 opponents coming up, we had to stay with it and keep and try to improve and keep doing the things we do to improve. And I thought they did a really good job of that. But yes, that was the point right there for me when I thought we had a real chance to make it happen.
We saw a video online. Somebody tweeted a video of the celebration after the game. What can you tell us about the celebration when it finally hit 000s?
Well, it was a massive storm the field deal like you see on TV all the time. I know I got dumped with Gatorade, and that felt really good. Wish I could get another one this Friday.
Absolutely. And this Friday in Canyon, at Canyon Randall, 7:30 Friday, it'll be Dimmitt taking on Idalou. Idalou, a squad that, I don't think people in the Panhandle need much of an introduction to. I'm going to ask you not necessarily to give away your game plan, but in the early going, looking ahead to Idalou, what do you see on the other side? What are you facing up here on Friday night?
I think they're a very solid football team that gelled later in the season. They had some early struggles, but I think they've put it all together now, and we'll certainly have to play our very best to have a chance to win.
He is Steve Gunter. He is the head coach of the playoff-bound Dimmitt Bobcats. Coach, appreciate your time. Again, congratulations, and good luck Friday night. Go get a win.
Okay, appreciate you for the coverage.